Hello, everybody. Hello, Rishabh. We've got two Rishabs today.
The one behind you is a lot more talented than I am.
Oh no. You are equally talented. Don't worry about it.
I
So
just
so
want to.
yes. So welcome everybody for the preview of the third test of the much loved Border Gavaskar Trophy, and it's at the favorite stadium of all of us, especially Indians. Last time we had a great outing there at Brisbane, especially that man there behind me. Uh, we'll ask him about his opinion on the last test later. However, Rishabh, what are your thoughts on the third test, and what do you feel generally about the playing lineup? Also, the third test is just on the calendar. It only begins after 3 days, but because our test matches get over in 2 days, it feels like it is a long break, doesn't it?
It actually does, but the Gabba test, it's a very love hate kind of relationship. Currently we are loving the fact that it is the Border Gavaskar Trophy and this venue, especially. Like for the longest time, that Toota Hai Gabba Ka Ghamand is just playing on in our minds on a loop, which we never want to end. But we are coming in with a loss, a massive loss. We lost the previous test in just 2.5 days. So it's really confusing. You're not sure whether to be happy about the test match is at Gabba or to just be a little afraid about the Australians coming hard at us again. So it's a lot to look out for. And also, right, the previous two test matches, the start in IST was pretty much like an Indian test match or a test match in an Indian venue, but this test starts at around 5:36 in the morning.
Oh
So
yeah,
that feels of getting up early for a test match in Australia is actually starting now. So really
absolutely.
really excited and just hoping for a good India performance there.
Yeah, true. And also, traditionally, right, the pitch conditions in the at the Gabba uh, are such that it's known to be conducive for the Pacers, with maybe majority of the wickets historically being taken by the fast bowlers. So, what do you think would be our bowling combination going forward, including the number 7 and 8 positions for the next test? What are your thoughts and what are your preferences?
Okay, so Bumrah Siraj will start. I'll keep them. The only change, looking at the wicket, right? If there is a lot more lateral movement, basis the amount of grass left on the surface and all of that, I will go for Akashdeep in place of Harshit Rana. But if it's a wicket which has got a lot of bounce, then maybe I'll have somebody like a Prasidh Krishna come in who can extract that bounce of the surface. So depending upon the morning, how the wicket looks and how it's playing, or whatever we hear from the curator, that change whether Akashdeep or Prasidh Krishna comes in. But Harshit Rana definitely will wear the yellow jersey over it and over his whites and sit outside. Uh, Spinner, I mean, I would love to have Ashwin in the side just because of the experience he gets in, and the previous test he didn't do much wrong as well. But the way the batting performed, again, we are coming back to our original template where a spinner is chosen not based on his ability to bowl or his ability to spin the ball, but on the lack of ability of our batters to bat through. So if it's again that
True.
problem, then maybe Washington Sundar will come ahead. But if the batters are looking confident, if the wicket is not doing a lot, or it at least looks like it won't do a lot, then I'll continue with Ravichandran Ashwin.
Right. So maybe Ashwin may lose his place in the playing 11, not because he did anything badly with the ball, but because maybe the conditions and, like you said, the awesome form in which our top six batsmen are in. So anyway, so having said that, right, um, that man Travis Head. Are there any interesting insights on how to get out Travis Head, or have you looked into any past records of Travis Head at Gabba?
One thing which will make all of us happy is that in the last three test matches played at Gabba, Travis Head has got out in single digits.
Hmm.
His last three test matches, I think one was against West Indies, one was against South Africa, if I'm not wrong, and the other one against India. He's got out in single digits. Where that guy is scoring 140s at a strike rate of 100, and where here he's got out in single digits. Now, if I have to tell you that Travis Head will get out in a single digit, you will say, take everything I have and just give me that. So
Yeah. Yeah.
that's one stat which I read, and I didn't even look after that. I didn't even read anything after that, because just by reading that one sentence, I went into a different trance altogether. So that's what.
Everybody watching this episode, everybody, you have to recall when he gets out in both the innings in single digit. We said it first. Rishabh said it first.
We hope that he does get out on single digits. And rather, a king pair would make us a lot more happier. But let's not be so greedy. Let's give him some runs in single digits. I'm sure our batters are capable enough to score that. But coming to our batting, Amay, I want to ask you: do you think the top six is going to continue, or if you were wearing the coach's hat, any changes which you would have done?
Well, I'm tempted to play Rohit at the top uh, to open the innings, but then at the same time, right, with the kind of um, run he has had in the last 14, 15 innings for India, right, in tests, I would rather keep him at number six. I know we discussed this in our previous session as well, and that's where we agreed that maybe Rohit should go back to his opening spot. But as the test match comes nearer, I feel he should go at number six again, and let's open with KL and Jaiswal, and maybe give one more test to Gill to just break the shackles, do something better. And my prediction is, like I said last time, our batting is going to come good. What are your thoughts? Will you play Rohit in the middle order or would you play him open?
I'll stick to what I said earlier. I'll play Rohit Sharma in the middle order. I'm not sure number six. Maybe I'll promote him to number five. I'll have Pant coming after Rohit Sharma. But yeah, I'll open with Jaiswal and KL Rahul. I'll stick to that, because you don't repair what's not broken, right? That's a very common tendency which we have, right? वो जो चल रहा है बस चलने दो. So going by that, I'll keep that opening pair the way it is. Won't fidget with it. Let Rohit Sharma bat at number four, and it's not that he can't do that. Rather, I think that's a better time for him, because the ball will swing less. There'll be less movement across the surface. So for a player like Rohit Sharma, who we traditionally know is not someone who like has a lot of feet movement, that is something which will help him. He can play along the line easily. Just let his bat flow freely. And if the openers or the top three do a really good job, we can see Rohit Sharma batting a little aggressive, and we all love to see when he's in that full flow, right? So I'll keep Rohit Sharma in the middle order. Talking about Gill, yes, I feel that Gill will play this test as well. I think apart from his 91 at the Gabba, right, in the last Border Gavaskar series when India toured Australia, outside Asia, he's not scored a 50. I think his average is below 30 or somewhere in the 20s, if I'm not wrong, outside Asia. So
True.
that's a concerning factor. But again, we do not have a solid batter there at number three who could come in. Devdutt Patikal, again, not in the best of forms, not a consistent performer. So that's a question mark there. Abhimanyu Ishwaran is one player I can think of, but not sure his availability in the squad with Rohit Sharma coming in. So, you know, at this point, Gill is irreplaceable in the side. So I'll play with Gill. So that will be my side.
Right.
I actually am very tempted to squeeze in another batter, somebody like a Jurel or a Sarfaraz Khan. But with Rohit Sharma coming in, unfortunately, I can't.
That's difficult. Yeah. And actually, I remember one point that uh, that I discussed with one of my friends and our follower, Mr. Murli. So what he said is that the top three somehow need to find a way to bat at least the first 25 to 30 overs, and then we should have the likes of Kohli coming in, because his research says that that if Kohli has to score big, he has to come to bat after the first 25-30 overs. It means he requires the start from the team to then capitalize on it and play a big innings. So that's actually very important from what we have seen in the last 5 years. Mr. Murli, when he watches this episode, would nod his head. He's one of our statesmen, just like how so many of us in North Stand Gang are. So he would be happy that I'm mentioning his name and talking about his statistics that he has collated so carefully. So yeah, so let's see what our batsmen have to do. And then if you ask me, right, for the preferred spinner, I don't want to change things quite a lot, but I believe let's go with Jadeja maybe, just to make the side look pepped up, and the fielding inspires people. Maybe a couple of outside edges of Marsh or maybe even Steven Smith, but very difficult to leave out Ashwin if you ask me. But has to be done maybe, and not because Ashwin has done anything wrong with the ball, but because of the batting.
But yeah, I mean, it's not a ping ball test, right? It's back to a traditional red ball. So you expect the wicket will turn on day 4, day 5. Plus, because of these drop-in pitches, we are seeing that on day 1 the wicket looks completely different, and on another day it just changes its color 360. So anything and everything can happen. So if you want to look at the bigger picture and you want to play a test match which goes into day 4, day 5, and if you're on a bowl, you need a spinner who can turn the ball and who can turn it both ways, which Ashwin can do.
Yeah, he
So
can do that.
if
Yeah.
you're thinking from that perspective, if you are not going all out in the first 3 days, you want to take it step by step or a little defensive. I'm not saying play for the draw, but a little cautious to start off to see just how the first inning pans out. I would still
Yeah.
give an upper hand to Ashwin over the other bowlers.
And because you talked about results, right? You said let's not go for a draw but for a win. That takes me back to our equations in the WTC. What are your thoughts? What does your research tell you? What are the chances for India, and what does the equation look like for Australia and South Africa?
See that equation is very similar to. I mean, I don't want to take names, but a certain team in the IPL were consistent. We've seen that it's not their performance, but it's other teams' performance which they depend on to get into the top. So India is currently in that scenario. Not really, but like practically, if you think they are, because there are 3 teams in contention for the top 2 spots. There's India, Australia, and a certain South Africa who's pulled out a rabbit out of the hat from nowhere. Nobody even gave them a chance, and suddenly, as you near the finals, they are like top contenders to make it to the finals. So currently,
Yeah,
if you see,
I'll blame the left arm orthodoxes. If we would have not lost those 3 matches, we would have been in that top spot. Anyway, you continue. Sorry for interjection.
so talking about South Africa, I think they are favorites to make their first finals of the World Test Championship because they just require 1 win in 2 Test matches. The good thing for South Africa is they're playing at home, and the even better thing is that they are playing against Pakistan.
No, but let me tell you the worst thing of having South Africa in a final. They lose. So rather, what they should do is they should just simply say that we are not going to win the next 2 Test matches and just let India go to the final, along with Australia, because that's what going is going to get the tickets sold out, and that's how it's going to bringing all the money and bringing all the advertisers and 1 billion viewers. So why does South Africa have to spoil the party? What do
Rather,
you think?
South Africa is making it exciting because if it was an easy win for India, nobody enjoys it. But where you just scamper through last minute,
Hmm.
hunting, panting, somehow you make it, it becomes an event of its own,
Yeah,
right?
we
There's
like we like the drama, isn't it?
exactly. That's why a Bollywood picture suddenly makes 100,000 crores in just a week's time. So that drama or that essence which comes with that what you can call it, right? I'm not getting the word, but like easy things we don't like easy things, right? We like to make it difficult and then get, because that's much more sweeter, and that's something which you remember for years. So
like
South Africa just
reverse six for Anderson, like the man behind me. That's how he does it, right?
exactly, like if Pant would have played a straight, you just lofted it over the bowler's head, you'd be like, ah, good shot, yeah, well
Right.
played. But when he does that, for 2 seconds you're in awe, the next 5 seconds you're shocked, and then the reaction comes out beeping a few words if he possibly
Punts,
could.
yeah. Punts batting is not for the faint-hearted. No, not really. Yeah,
Yeah. So
yeah,
South
true.
Africa, certain finalists, if you say at this point, two test matches, both at home against Pakistan, they just require one. Coming to the other two teams who are contending for that one spot, I would say India, they just have these three test matches and they need two wins at least to make it to the finals
Yeah.
directly, like without being dependent on other teams. And talking about Australia, after these three test matches, they also have a couple of test matches with Sri Lanka in Sri Lanka. So I won't give it easily to Australia, because you know that Sri Lanka will prepare a rank turner.
Hmm. Yeah,
So
of
Sri
course.
Lanka will give them a little bit of fight. So Australia require three wins from their five test matches, three against India at home and two against Sri Lanka away. So looking at this
So it's
equation,
not as rosy as it looks for Australia even, because if they lose against us, they may face elimination, and then it would be an India South Africa uh, recap of the finals.
let's not go there. But that if you mentioned, right, that if is as
Hmm.
big as the boundaries at MCG or at Gabba, it's a huge if. So
Yes.
will really be exciting to see how the next 1.5 month pan out, and it's really exciting if you're a Test cricket fan, right? Because it's not just slam bang cricket; it's a lot of tactics,
Yeah.
it's a lot of patience, it's a test of character, and that gets me to a question I'd like to ask you. Speaking about character, there was a news that probably the best batsman on tour for India, Yashasvi Jaiswal, missed the team bus which was leaving the hotel to uh, to Gabba. He then came later, or rather, he didn't accompany the team in the team bus to the airport. He flew in later with a security personnel escorting him.
Mhm.
How does that sound to you?
Not the first time any cricketer has been left behind. Maybe Ganguly would know as well. He's done that a couple of times, so that's fine. Yashashvi, we need Yashashvi anyway. We just cannot afford to leave him back in the hotel and then go on playing a test match. He's our best batter, like you said, along with Nitish Reddy. So we need Jaiswal. Such things happen. I mean, cricketers are ought to be characters. So uh, the most important thing of the whole thing is how the management deals with it, and not really how Yashashvi deals with it. I honestly feel that the best of a player can be brought on the ground with the support of the team management and the coaching staff, and I'm sure that they will take care of him. So I don't have I look at it in a very funny way. Things happen. I mean, there are our captain keeps losing his passport everywhere he goes, so that's fine. We all are not perfect. Yashashvi isn't. Hopefully he bats perfectly in the coming test match. Now, Rishabh, talking about Test cricket, right, and all the excitement at the global level in the sport, with the WTC points to be taken by at least three teams. There is also a very important tournament going on in the local circuit in India, the SMAT Trophy. And for the viewers, right, just for their information, we've got two semifinals coming up to be played tomorrow in Bangalore at M. Chandaswamy. If viewers from Bangalore have time, they can definitely go and watch the matches. But what are your thoughts on the SMAT Trophy, and what do you think are the chances of the four teams that are lined up?
The first semi-final, right? Mumbai taking on Baroda. really exciting because a lot of big stars playing in that team. There's Ajinkya Rahane, there's Shreyas Iyer on one side. On the other side, you have the Pandya brothers. So it's a proper. It's going to be a fiesta, if I can say the least. It's
Half of
not.
Mumbai Indians is playing there.
But I'm really excited to see how Rahane goes because in the last 5 matches, he's almost crossed 50 in 4 out of those. Just one game and he's batting at a strike rate which is very much unlike Rahane. He's batting at a strike rate above 150, winning or pulling out teams of difficult situation and winning them games. I think I'm really excited to see how Rahane goes. And on the other end, it's Hardik Pandya, man. I mean, that guy needs no introduction with the ball, with the bat. After a long time, he's playing with his brother because he's gone back to the domestic circuit. So, it's a tough fight there. I can't pick any winner. I think the team which plays better cricket would win. That's the safest answer I can get to get an escape. But the second semi-final also, yeah.
You better not go ahead. Go ahead.
And the second semi-final, Delhi versus MP. I would like to believe MP will have a chance, but again, I mean, Delhi has some really good T20 cricketers, right? And with the origination of the local league, the Delhi Premier League and all, they have found a lot of good players. So that you never know that from when they'll unearth the talent and suddenly on the big stage they will perform. So both semi-finals really exciting. But in the first one, I can't pick a winner. On the second one, probably I will give MP a slightly better chance, considering that there's a guy who's worth more than 23 crores playing in that side.
Yeah, true. Also, Badogi is the captain, so that's exciting. A young lad captaining his side. So I'm also looking forward for that. And the finals are to be played on the same ground on Sunday, again day and night. So exciting times for someone who's in Bangalore and can go and watch the match in person, along with the test matches.
What's also exciting is that we are just 2 sleeps away from getting up at 5:30 in the morning to watch traditional test cricket, like I said at the start. So I just wanted to check. I hope you have set your alarms and your bosses know that you're going to reach office a little later because you'll complete the 3 sessions and then walk down to your office.
Yeah, when you said 2 sleeps, right? I was worried about the dreaded cover drive attempt and then the ball going to the slips. So I just thought maybe let's not go there. We want the great man to perform.
You said that the Indian batters will have a good day, right? So
yeah, we have to. We have no choice.
Will be off the middle of the bat and at the cover boundary and not in Steve Smith's or Labuschagn's hand.
Yeah. I'm tired of these bowlers taking wickets, man. Let's score some big runs. Let's score some big runs. I'm tired. I'm really tired. I want India to let's say bat first, make a 350, 400, and then our pacers just outrun the Aussies. I'm very optimistic this time than the last 2 test matches when I said the results will go the Aussies way.
But your optimism is rising day by day, because couple of nights earlier when we spoke, you said 250, 300. Now you have gone from 300, 400. So I think by the time the test starts, you will definitely expect a 500 score at the end of first innings if India is batting first, and a 50 all out if Australia is batting first.
Yeah, wish that could happen.
Yeah, you have 2 nights.
All right.
You can dream about it, and in the morning when you get up, just pray harder throughout the day for that to happen.
Yeah, I've got 2 nights. You've got 2 tests, so we've got different privileges.
This is the last test of the Border Gavaskar series I'm going to watch on TV, so I'm really excited for that part as well. But yeah, let's see how it goes. I think.
So by the time we are in the 4th test, I think we'll have a scenario where we'll have 2 Rishabhs in the same frame and me in the other one.
I'm not sure about 2 Rishabhs in the same frame, but what I'm sure about is I won't have this pale yellow wall behind me, and the background which I would have will be a live one rather than a picture which I have copied or downloaded from Google. So
Yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
really excited
And
for that.
yes, we all are. In fact, we all are from the North Stand gang. Really excited that we'll have our core team members there at the MCG and the SCG, and you guys also have some really good itinerary while you are there, with some visits to museums and the likes. So we're very excited about that, Rishabh, and all the best for your upcoming trip. All right. With that said, we'll come back again for after the first day of the third test, and we will review along with Rishabh and a few more lads of the North Stand gang. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks.